Well, hello, my friends. And today we continue our classes in Genesis. Uh, those of you who just join us, I ask you to be patient and don't be confused. Remember, this is now our third cycle. So we learn a lot of terminology and things. Be patient, keep listening, and then if you go back to our former classes, you can fill up your information and knowledge, and it will pay you. You will really understand what we are talking. Uh, so today, in our current series, to remind ourselves, we just pick up selected topics from the book of Genesis, and we are trying to identify them, analyze them, and derive some information to our time. And I choose today to talk about the topic of what the Rabbi said, that every person on earth should tell himself, for me, the world was created, or the world was created for me. Wow, that's a statement. So I am the center of the universe. The world was created for me. That's a surprising statement for the Rabbi, but once you understand it, we will see what they mean. So if you look at the literature, rabbinical literature, Midrash, and there are so many of them, and you will be confused. The right way to handle it is to do what we do. We try to identify to what chapter in Genesis the statement is belong, and then what kind of a commandment of Noah is involved. And then we can analyze the statement itself. If we do that, it will open up our eyes, and you see what the Rabbi was saying. So so obviously, if if you look what the Rabbi said, for me, the world was created. So they're talking about creation of Adam and the world. So that's Genesis chapter 1. So identify the chapter where the statement is related to. Now we ask ourselves what commandment is involved. And chapter 1, we said it a zillion times, that chapter 1 introduces the topic of idolatry. How come? And we need to keep, if we keep that in our mind, it will save us a lot of time later on as we try to bruise for the Midrashim. So what I'm talking now save us a lot of time later. So again, chapter 1, we identify now what kind of commandment is involved. Obviously, idolatry. How come? Because chapter 1 introduces, first of all, the name of God, the attribute, the Sabbath, Adam creation, and also the commandment or the issue of idolatry. How come? Well, we discussed it a lot before. When God, Elohim, the attribute of judgment, who created the universe, the sixth day, when he came to create Adam, he suddenly changed his tone and he changed his commandment. He starts speaking in plural. He said, let us create Adam in our form, in our image. Before that, he was just giving order. Let it be grass, let this water swarm his fish. But now he's give a commandment in plural. So Rashi says the angels were surprised. And they approached the God and said, our king, the term king is very important here. Our king, why are you speaking in plural? Are you not afraid that you open the door for idolatry? Because if you speak in plural, people will think that you have many partners, that you have an uncle, you have a mother, you have a son, you have other partners. So are you afraid that people will think that they worship them in addition to you or instead of you? You open the door for idolatry, speaking in plural. Are you not afraid? So the Midrash says, God answered them, yes, my angel, of course I'm aware of it, the danger. But I spoke in plural, I speak in plural to teach Adam modesty. To teach him that in order to rule, I need to consult. Let us, I consult all kind of entities to create Adam. So although I could have created Adam with just one command, let it be Adam, and that's all. No, he consulted, he said, let us. So, and so they asked him, why do you do it? I want to teach Adam modesty. So Adam, the angel understood that the great king, the king of the universe, God, create a small king, Adam. Adam will be a small king on earth. And God wanted to show him how to rule efficiently and successfully, not by the upper hand, but by consulting. So it means that Adam will be born with a big ego and try to be needed to be curtailed so much that the God now speak in plural to teach Adam modesty, to counteract his intention to exalt it and see himself very high. So the big king of heavens teach Adam how to rule the small king, the king Adam will rule earth. So Adam, how did, so it means that Adam is born with a big ego. Understanding that will say, all what I'm saying now will help us to understand the statement here that every person should say that for me, the universe was made for God. Everything is for me. So this Adam then from the angel angel discussion with God, we understand that Adam is going to be a small a creature that can rule, if you wish, not only Earth but the planets around us. Who knows? We can rule it. We have the wisdom to do it, and it needs a king in order to rule. You need to be you have to have a drive to exalt it, to rule. To be a king, you must have it to drive you to do something. Otherwise, you sit idle. So it was a gift. When God planted us ego, it is a gift, but at the same time, also a type of a failure. I mean, he gave us a gift, but as Elohim never give gift free of lunch, free lunch, without demanding something else. Elohim, the attribute of judgment, unlike the attribute of mercy, Elohim give for judgment. So he gave us a gift of ego, and we to make us successful rulers, but at the same time it comes with a trial. If you worship that idol, that ego, instead of worship God, you fail. So let me repeat to make things clear. So Elohim, speaking in plural, opened the door for idolatry to exist. Adam will think that Elohim will have partners. Who are those partners? Who could be God partners? Everyone who Elohim consulted with. With whom did Elohim consult in making Adam? We learned in the past, that Elohim turned to everyone mentioned in the chapter 1, turned to it and said to it, let us, you and me, would you like to join me making Adam? Let us, you and me, make Adam. So Adam was made layer by layer, the Midrash says, and each layer is made by consultation with one of the entities in chapter 1. For instance, and that's important here, save us a lot of time to understand that statement. For instance, Elohim turned to the sixth day themselves. And they asked, and it said to each day, he said, let me and you make Adam. Let us make Adam in our form, in our image. So each day said, yeah, we can do it. So Elohim consulted day 1, day 2, day 3, and made layers of Adam. So Adam is every layer in the history of Earth. Day 1, day 2, which means energy, day 1, water, day 2. Our body is made of water, vegetation in day 3. Luminaries, energies, luminaries, the day and night. He consulted those entities one by one, and he made Adam layer by layer. So Adam, as a result, Adam is what? A summary of everything in nature. So we are a summary of the evolution. And that's scientifically true. Because if you look at the embryo, each one of us started with just one cell, then divided to 2 cells, then develop into a creature full of water, and then we have vegetation, a remnant of the vegetation, kingdom of the vegetation in our body. Our blood cells are really ramified and constructed like the same channel of water in the leaves and so on. My eyes do photosynthesis. That's how I see, because of we inherit it from the vegetation, photosynthesis, and so on. So we are a summary of everything preceded us. In a Torah language, we consulted every day and made us. He then consulted the wisdom of by which he made the universe. And he said, let us make Adam together. So he planted in our mind the wisdom that underlying the mechanism of the universe. That's why there is no wonder that our mind can decipher quantum physics, everything. I can stand by the board with the chalk, and I can write in mathematics all the laws of electronics and optics and relativity and so on. Without looking at anything, I just move from one formula to one formula on my mind, with only my mind. How can I do that? Because he consulted his own wisdom and put it in us. So we are the summary of everything that preceded us, including the wisdom. Then he also turned, one of the things that he consulted with, his own ego, so to speak, his own I. Hashem, remember Hashem, the creator, the infinite creator, has no I. He's beyond our imagination, conception, talk about many times. No language can describe God himself, the creator. But, as Kabbalah says, that when he decided, when the will came up on his mind, so to speak, to create the universe, he then formed himself in the form of attribute, self, and so on, and he made us accordingly. So we have the same structure in our soul. So we are his image. So he consulted his self, and he made us ourselves. He consulted his attribute, judgment and mercy, and made us. We have the same attribute, human, but in the image or form of him. So, and we have ego. I'm saying ego, that's not a good term. The self-perception, the self-consciousness that we have is a gift from God. And a desire to be exalted, okay, to rule over. It's a blessing that in chapter 1 said, Elohim blessed Adam with the desire to rule over. That's an important ingredient without which we won't do anything. Certainly we won't be driven to learn science and to spaceship and all that. We need to be driven to do that. So we need a big ego. That's a gift. But as a rule of thumb, since we are talking about the attribute of judgment, Elohim does not do anything without asking something in return. That's not true for the attribute of mercy. She will shower of you grace unconditionally, but not so Elohim. Elohim here, the creator of nature, this is one we are dealing now. He, so to speak, I say he, only he is no male nor female, but that's the way of speaking. So he creates in order to judge. He gives something but asks something in return. So what did Elohim do? What does Elohim ask Adam when he planted in him this ego and all this beautiful gift? According to what the angel just saw, when he gave us those gifts, he opened a door for idolatry. And he said, this is what I asked Adam. I gave you all this gift, and I ask you just one thing. Don't worship idols, worship, recognize me. Idols is not stupid statue and all this foolishness. Idolatry means worshiping nature, worshiping any of the entities that he consulted with, worshiping science, worshiping the wisdom, worshiping our own ego. Okay, here we are. If we worship our own ego, I gave you a gift, gave you a huge ego to hold. Don't worship it. If you worship it, you fail. Nothing else. Elohim doesn't ask us anything else according to Rashi and according to this verse. I make you, Adam, and I give you a big ego, and I'm afraid that I don't want you to be arrogant, haughty, and worship and think that you are a king, then you forget about me, and you worship yourself. That's why that will be a violation of idolatry. So here in summary, what we learned so many times in the past. So chapter 1, again, we identify the statement here. The statement relates to Adam creation. Adam creation is chapter 1. The commandment we are dealing with of the 7 is idolatry. And idolatry was, the door for idolatry was opened up together with Adam creation. So we are born into that trial. Yes, we have other obligations. We need to go to the Sabbath, we need to be very good. But the main trial of us every year on Rosh Hashanah is idolatry. So now we can go back, once we identify the statement where it belongs. Let's see what all the Midrashim, all the commandment, all the commentary in Midrashim says about this statement. For me, the Rabbi said, everyone and one in the universe should, its obligation to say, for me, the universe was created. First of all, now we can understand as a first thing what they mean. Simply, you need to remember the story. For me, the universe was created. Yeah, remember the story. He created you in 6 days. He consulted the 6th day and made us. We are the summary of evolution. So for me, the universe was created. That's true. That's true scientifically, and that's true from the Torah. But you need to remember it. Everyone should say that and remember it. It's not left to theologian in the faculty of theology or to some certain important people or rabbis or who knows what. It's for me and you. Everyone on earth, they say, should know the story. It's an important story. So that means if I am the summary of the 6 days, and I'm so important, then I should be careful and not to worship myself, but to recognize the one who gave me this big ego. This big ego, the desire to be exalted, to live in impact on the world, to rule over. not to sit idle. I need to recognize. So I'm important, and I create iPhone, I create all this beautiful thing. I need to recognize the entity who planted it in my mind. So that's number one. What the rabbi, simple explanation, what the rabbi said here. Just remember chapter 1, especially on the Sabbath. Learn the Sabbath is a good day to dedicate yourself to learn open up chapter 1 and learn so much to learn from chapter 1. The name of God and the attribute and all that. So that's what the rabbi said. Obligation to remember the story. Now, I move on with another midrash. The midrash then says, if a person, if we have a free will, and we say that for me, the universe was created, why not exercise my free will and use the universe just for me, for my pleasure? Why shouldn't I just drink and eat and provide, indulge in pleasure? And for me, why not? If I am so important, why not spoil myself? I have free will. I don't have to continue all this other thing. Why not do that? The answer is Ecclesiasticus. He said there, yes, he says at the end, my boy, he said, enjoy in your youth everything you wish, and take pleasure of everything you want, but remember that one day you will stand on that judgment. So yes, we have a freedom to do that, but then okay, don't forget about your judgment. And so, and let's take another midrash and continue what they say to build up the message here. Another point, which is all of that are important, all of these messages. For me, individually, I'm not born for the state. I'm not born to implement a certain philosophical way of conduct of executing of building my society. I don't want to subscribe to certain philosophical methodology or believe like communism or capitalism. I was not born to do that. Bishvili, for me, the universe was born. Individualism is important. The idea that I should sacrifice myself for communism or capitalism or for fascism or anything else is alien to the Torah. For me individually, I am not born to die for Allah. I was born to live for Allah, for God. Another insight from another midrash. You see, I'm accumulated several midrashim here and tried to put it together. For me was the universe was created. So I am important. The rabbi said, a midrash, another midrash, that we are born now with the intention to think that we, myself and my family, and my tribe, are superior to others. The inclination to all mankind to feel that they are superior. For me, the Chinese thought for years that they are Homo erectus, whereas the West is Homo sapiens. And Mao Zedong built shrines to teach his people that they are Homo erectus, and Homo erectus is superior. Of course, we are superior to the Homo sapiens. Of course, that the modern genetics of the DNA have shown that the falsity of that preaching. But as Mao Zedong was alive, kids in high school used to go to the shrine, and they were taught that they are superior. The Aryan nations, Persia, and then Germany, they believe that they are superior race. The Iranian look down at the Arabs because they are Aryan. And not to say we know about the Reich. So that's common to actually any culture, so to speak. But the rabbi said, yes, that's a result of our big ego. On the other hand, so God, the rabbi said, if a person comes to you and say that he's superior, tell him that Adam was born one person. We are all descended of one person. So why God created Adam as one person? So that no one should say that my father is greater than yours. So we don't believe, absolutely don't believe in racial superiority. No such thing. Yes, there are, if you keep Torah and mitzvot, it makes you superior just because of the spirituality. You keep the mitzvot. But if you don't keep mitzvot, you are like anybody else. So the Torah does not prescribe to any racial difference. If a person joins Judaism, he's the same as any other Jew. So no race. That's another implication of this wonderful idea that for me, on one hand, a person should say, for me, the universe was born, because he remembered the story, and he know that he's got a big ego driving him to perceive, to do something. That's good. As long as a competition, you translate your own ego to competition of commerce or whatever, and that's good. But if you tame it or if you translate it to racial superiority by nature or because of your superior race, that's against the Torah. Another explanation as we move on. A person should say, for me, everyone and one should say, for me, universe was born. The Midrash says, think about yourself, that you are entering the Temple Mount. Okay? It's the morning, and 1,000 of people flock to the Temple Mount to participate in the morning service. You look around, there are many Jews, non-Jews, all colors, all races, all flock to God. As King Solomon said, when he built this temple, he said, for here the place where all nations will come to him. And Noah came here, the real father of mankind. So you are among thousands of people like you, but each one is different. Each person should say, for me, the universe was created because each one of us is really different. So each one is not lying by saying that for me, the universe was born. I am one-time event. I am different from any other person. There will be never me. Even if they make a clone of me, the clone will not be exactly a copy of me because his experiences, life, and so on will make him different. So we are completely different. We are completely different creatures, yet we are descendant of one person, glory of God. Although we are descendant of one person, the Rabbi said, but each one of us is different. So you are standing there in the courtyard, thousands of people around you, each one was different. Each one think, for me, the universe was born. For me, individually. So God, you know the thought and the mind and the setup of each one of us individually. There is a blessing for them. The blessing comes from Moses when he asked Hashem to appoint a heir, Joshua. So he called Hashem the master of all spirit, the secret of all spirit. Moses asked Hashem, help me to replace me with a person who can read the mind and the setup of every person on earth. So here, in using this term, the Rabbi coined a blessing. When you are in a multitude of people that are completely different, each one of his own ego, and own setup, and own mind, and own issues, and we are still flocking to one God. So there is a blessing, bless our God, the master of all spirit. So you say that when you walk among these 1,000 people, that everyone is like you, Jews, non-Jews, whatever, Chinese, Indians, they all flock to God. And here come the crux. Then the Rabbi said, for me, all these people were created. You look around and you say, alone, I would have been nothing. All this multitude of people, I need them. Hillel said, if there is no I, there is nothing. But if there is I, if I am I alone is entire universe. But if if I had been left alone, I would have achieved nothing. In Hebrew, it rhymes. The Rabbi said, the first Adam, in order to eat, he had to plant, he had to seed, He had to raise a crop. He had to cook. He had to make his own clothes. How much he had to work just to live, to live. But we go to the store. Without the help of others, I would be nothing. And that's also true for not only for material things, but for spiritual achievement. Without Israel, who would be instructed me? I would have been lost. So when you are coming, flocking to the temple in the sea of people around you, you recognize it. Yes, we are all, each one of us important. I am as a Noahide is important. But Israel was created for me. After all, they function there in the front, and the Levites are singing, and they pray that all the universe, all the people of earth recognize you, Hashem. Well, they pray for me that I will come, and here I am. So suddenly, I am at the center, but at the center, I cannot achieve anything without the help of others. It beautifully depicts the posture of a Noahide who enter the temple. So you're not there as a spectacle. You are part of the service. When they say Hashem, here of Israel, Hashem is our God, one day Hashem will be God of everyone, you say that because that's why I'm here, because Hashem is one. I want to testify to pray to Hashem, He is one, and so on. So, but it's important to keep the individuality. Don't look down at any. Everyone should know he has a place and he is important. He is extremely important. For me, the universe was created. Another midrash in the same line. For me, the universe was created so that I correct it. Wow. That's really chapter 1. Why was Adam put on earth on the 6th day? And he was summary of all the 6 days before him, because Adam should take the universe, improve it to be from level of good to tov me'od, very good. As he said at the end of the chapter, and behold, everything was very good. After Adam is here, the universe is elevated, should elevate from just good as before. Before Adam, everything was just good. And Elohim saw that it's good. And it was evening and morning, day 1, day 2, day 3, everything was good. But when Adam is around, at the end of our day, it says very good. Adam should improve the universe around him to become very good. If he improve himself, since I am the summary of universe, if I'm just improving myself, it's tantamount of the 6th day. I don't expect the universe to change. But if I am changing myself, I'm equivalent to the entire universe. Sfat Emes said. So if I improve myself, that's the universe is being improved. So I'm here to correct. So that the word in the new interpretation, the Midrash had another aspect. For me, the universe was created to be changed. How much change? Even a small change. How much an individual can change? Can I change a lot? Well, I'm just not, I'm just one person. So Rabbi gave you advice here, another midrash. When you look at the world, when you look at humanity around you, you should see them as half, divided to half and half. Half of them have good merit, half of them have failure. It's on a balance. When you you add your own contribution, as small as it is, it can change the whole tilt of the balance from just even to very good. So your you never know, your own contribution, as small as it is, bishvili, for me, my little tzvi, my little person, Caroline, whatever, if I do just one thing, small thing, I can change the balance. This small thing. For me, the universe was created to be good, that I can change me, myself. What should I do to change it? Here come another midrash said, for me, the universe was created. Here, in Hebrew, it's even better, because bishvil, is also, shvil is a path. The universe is created to provide me with a path. What contribution should I make? God will show me. There is nothing happen in vain. Everything that happened to you, even if it happened on random, Hashem, you can use it. It could be that Hashem has provided you that happening, so as a way to contribute. I'll give you an example. Remember the story of Joseph. Remember, the story of Joseph is like this. Each of the brother moved on his own universe. Each brother had his own path. But the king of the universe, has manipulated things among the brother, so that the decree will be implemented and it will end up in Egypt. So you are not aware of the opportunity that will suddenly pop up. But those opportunity will pop up in your life can be a way that Hashem can send you as a path, as a shvil, as a path that you can actually do your own little contribution. And I will end with a beautiful, beautiful Hasidic explanation here. What is the Hasidic explanation? Sfat emet. Actually, it's not Sfat emet, is their own teacher. Doesn't matter. He said, on one hand, look, he said, on one hand, the rabbi said here, for me, the universe was created. Wow. On the other hand, we have a statement from Abraham. When Abraham approached Hashem, he said, I am nothing. I am afar ve'efer. I am dust and ashes. I'm nothing. So we have two pockets. Each person has two pockets. He can draw from each pocket one statement. Sometimes he needs this statement. Sometimes he needs this statement. When a person is depressed and needs some help, you draw one pocket, a statement that said, don't be despaired, my boy. For you, the universe was created. It will keep your faith. For you, don't be the spirit. For you, the universe was the spirit. We need that statement anytime in our life. On the other hand, if a person found himself 2 billion, haughty, successful, running from parties and so on, you draw from his other pocket the statement and say, listen, what are you doing? You are just dust and ashes. So we need a two pocket. We have two opposite statements. Sometime in our lives, we need one statement that will cheer us up and say, we are unique. We need that sometimes to support, to help us to move on. And sometimes we need the opposite. Don't be too haughty, too arrogant. Don't forget who you are. You are just dust and ashes. So we have two pockets. It's a beautiful Hasidic teaching from Sfatem at the 19th century. Any questions for me?
Hi, Rabbi. I do have a question.
Yeah.
Could you tell me the root letters for Shvil, the path?
Shvil. The Hebrew Shin Bet Yud Lamed.
Thank you.
Shvil means a path. Okay, Shvil means a dirt path. It's not even a road. It's a path. Shvil. My granddaughter in Israel, she walked through the wood there with the shvil. Yeah. So that's shvil. But when you say in Hebrew, for me, bishvili,
Right.
it's totally without any relationship with shvil, but the word sounds like to my own path. So the universe was created as, from here the rabbi said, listen to the poetic meaning, which really mean the universe was created for your path. Hashem, look around, Hashem will offer you a path. You never know. You can wake up in the morning and you find yourself hearing a telephone call, whatever. Hashem will provide you a path where you can provide your little contribution that can tilt the entire future of the universe. So that's a shvil. That's just a poetical play on the sound actually of the word shvil as bishvili, without any real connection to them.
I love the poetry of it. Yes.
The poetry of it, yeah. But as long as it provides the right message, that's fine. Yeah. Good. Any question?
Quick question, Rabbi.
Yeah.
You had mentioned in the beginning that you had this is a course and this is the middle of the course.
Yeah.
Is that right? Do you know where I can find those other videos?
Yeah. We have. If you look up at my playlist, they can help you, and I have most of the videos starting from maybe 2 years ago, as we ran our courses. We went over through the entire book of Genesis, from commandment to commandment. And you can, at your time, you're welcome to hear it, and then you update yourself, and because we build up the vocabulary, the idea of the seventh commandment, and so on, how the book of Genesis is constructed. It's constructed in a certain way to present those commandments. and so on. But you,
Rabbi, could you give us that, your website address
what do you
where we
say?
can find that? Could you give us the address, your website where we can find this?
My website. My website is, yeah, it's on the website. It's called Noahide 7 Commandment, one word, .com. Noahide 7 Commandment.com.
And also, Will, if you go to the NETIV YouTube channel and
Okay.
look at the videos, you can find Rabbi Aviner's playlist there. So they're also there.
Okay. Okay, great. All right. I will look around and try to find those so I can get up to speed. I appreciate that.
You're more than welcome. If you have any question, write it down and ask me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Any
Yeah.
other question? Yeah.
Will, I'm going to put my email in the chat. And if you would like, email me with your information and we can get you on our mailing list, our email mailing list with all of our class schedules.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely do that.
Okay, let me give you my email and you can just reply.
Okay. So, well, have a nice rest of the week. I'm still recovering from Purim. Yesterday we had such a wonderful Purim. I hope you did the same. And I will see you maybe Thursday or next week. So have a good week. Thank you.